Crossfire tonight, CNN commentator L.Z. Granderson, who is a gay rights advocate, and we also have Virginia's former Attorney General, the great Republican Ken Cuccinelli. I want to go to you first. I mentioned my uncles. This is big for America. We're trying to figure out this balancing point here.
Sure.
You've thought about this a lot. Help me understand, if somebody is sincere in their religious beliefs, stipulate to that.
Right.
What's the difference between them putting up a sign that says no gays allowed versus no blacks allowed? Sincere in their religious beliefs about it, what's the difference?
Well, because you do get to test that. And we've had a Religious Freedom Restoration Act at the federal levels for over 20 years. Newt Gingrich voted for that back in the day. We've had it in the states since 1996 when the Supreme Court said it doesn't cover the states. Arizona has had this law on the books for 15 years, and none of the parade of horribles, and most of what you said, Van, is just utterly inaccurate. And most of that parade of horribles, which could happen.
We didn't have a civil rights movement to get rid of.
No. I'm talking about Arizona. I'm talking about Arizona and your characterization of what's being attempted there. The last 15 years, they've had a law in place that would supposedly allow what you've described. And what's happened? That hasn't happened.
Nothing's happened in Arizona.
Oh, no. One thing. Yeah. Well, one thing's happening now in that part of the country. And Newt Gingrich used the baker and the photographer, and those are real world examples.
None of those happen in
Arizona.
Arizona.
Those folks. So what? Those folks have the opportunity, the plaintiffs who assaulted legally these people who just wanted to be safe in their religious practice. Look,
I'm going to ask you a question, sir. Please answer my question.
You're okay with violating people's faith.
Here's my question to you.
Just so long as we understand that.
Here's my question to you.
You're conceding that point.
What is the difference between a business owner saying no blacks are allowed here versus no gays are allowed?
Show me a religion that says that.
Oh, well, there are plenty of religions.
Mormonism at one point.
Well, I mean, you want to get in?
I'm sitting here and I'm trying not to jump over here and go, what are you talking about? But I'm going to do it anyway. What are you talking about? I mean, that is just straight up, plain, nothing but discrimination. Any other way of phrasing it?
So you're okay with people who sincerely have religious beliefs to violate those religious beliefs?
Let's just be real clear about that. Let's just be real clear.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to that.
Okay, we're going to be real clear. This isn't about religion. This is about the Christian faith. Because no one's saying, why is there a war on Ramadan? No one is saying, why is there a war on Yom Kippur? This is about Christianity.
That's a great point.
And if we're going to make... Let me finish.
But RFRA has been used by Muslims to protect themselves.
Allow me to finish. Allow me to finish. Now, once you've decided, and I guess we can safely agree, this is basically being driven by the Christian faith, I'm looking at the Bible and I'm going, where in the Bible does Jesus say no to people? He's always bringing people in. So are you really using this as under the umbrella of your religious faith?
First of all,
or are you wrapping your homophobia around the Bible and trying to find scripture to justify your homophobia? Just because you're uncomfortable with something does not mean it's against your religious faith.
Because you disagree with me doesn't mean I'm a homophobe, does it?
Well,
does it? Will you agree to that?
Well, I would agree.
Will you agree to that? Can you have an intellectual disagreement that isn't personalized?
We all know your history. You've made several remarks over the years that I would classify as homophobic.
Have a discussion without
personally, I would say you personally are probably a homophobe.
So you walked into the beginning of a discussion and said, I'm a bigot, and so my position doesn't count.
Based upon your series of comments you've made.